It's that time of the year again, where people who love Christmas celebrate it far too early, and people who love Halloween are mad at them. And in order to celebrate such an event, seeing as it is now October, it's time to look at 10 spooky games made in dreams. Now, you may recall that recently I went and made a horror episode of 10 games. However, for me, horror and spooky are two completely different things, as spooky tends to lean more towards a cartoony aesthetic rather than actual scary. And something I thought I'd do for you lovely viewers is rank each of these games out of 10 on a kid-friendly scale. I realise that a lot of adults looking to play fun things on Dreams with their kids may want to experience the spooky and fun things that Dreams has to offer without being terrified. So let's go and find out which of these games is, 1, either not kid friendly, or 10, it's perfect for the wee kiddies. Bear in mind, I also don't have children, so I'm kind of doing this to the best of my judgment, whether or not it should actually be for kids. But yeah, okay, so let's go. So, let's begin with Dreams Party Halloween by Samashu. This is a perfect couch co-op play as it's Dreams' very own version of Mario Party. Though it may not be as polished, this fun digital board game is great for keeping friends entertained for a while, and the Halloween aesthetic really adds to the charm of the game. Of course, there are mini-games involved, as well as you can expect battling your friends, and for the parents, you'll be happy to know that this is definitely 10 out of 10 in a kid-friendly scale, as not only is it not too scary, but the mini-games aren't exactly challenging, so it definitely means that everyone can play it, and it makes for a fun family game, if you're into that. For people who aren't really playing with kids on this game, then, you'll still enjoy it with your mates. Up next is Carve and Share by Elizabeth Vitae. This solo game sees you simply carve a pumpkin for fun, then allows you to change various things like the background, add and subtract spooky elements, change the colours, and finally take photos. This is great for anyone who just wants to relax and carve fun doodles into pumpkins, then share them online, and of course, this is perfect for kids. It's definitely 10 out of 10 in my scale, and it's great also for creative people who just, like to carve pumpkins. And if you're someone that doesn't like to waste pumpkins, this is good for you too. Now we have Trick or Treat by Digital Thing. This simple side-scroller platformer really gets its boost from its fun and vibrant art style. Though it's more of a shorter experience, the style and music of this makes it a must-play. You play as Sam, a kid dressed as a ghost who realises the neighbourhood don't really like trick or treat, but don't worry, he finds himself in a very magical adventure collecting candy and living his best life. As far as kid friendly goes, I'd give this a 9 out of 10, mainly just because there's some slight elements, and also I don't know how to judge this because I don't have a kid, so I don't know what I'd want them to play or not, so I'll just give it a 9 out of 10. Up next is a great little action platformer, The Little Dead by Rurouni Dan. Sees you as a small vampire collecting candy, or sweets for my UK peeps, and getting fatter to help you progress through the level. It's got some adorable characters, cute and spooky set pieces, and Kelby Jones does a fantastic job as the narrator. If you're a fan of Tim Burton, you'll absolutely love the aesthetic of the world and characters and really enjoy the experience. And of course, unless you want your kids to avoid seeing a vampire eat candy, this definitely gets a 10 out of 10 on the kid-friendly scale. If you've been finding this video very helpful, consider liking, sharing and subscribing to the channel, as it helps me out and lets me know that the right people are seeing the videos. Okay, so let's see what's next. Happy Jack Joyful Edition by Dino X11 is a fun content-filled action platformer. It's got puzzles, boss battles, plenty of platforming, and of course wacky characters, all wrapped up in a Halloween-y aesthetic. The gameplay is fun and the graphics are cute and adorable, and it's just nice running around and looking at the scenery, especially if you enjoy some sort of cartoon spooky. Kids will also definitely love it, as there isn't anything too scary, and the gameplay and the fun kind of punching mechanic actually does feel really nice, so it's definitely going to keep everyone entertained. Definitely another 10 out of 10. I also just want to reiterate that the 10 out of 10 scale does not count for how well the game is, just how well in terms of kid friendly it is. So, not saying that anything on this list should be under 10 out of 10, just more so the ones that don't get a 10 out of 10 aren't bad or inferior in any way, so, you know, don't at me. Trick or Treatment by Notre Dame is up next. This fun little adventure game sees you collecting candy, fighting bosses, and enjoying a spooky world created. It has an invisible mode in case you find it too hard, and feels overall fun to play and run around in. As far as kid friendly goes, I'd make this maybe an 8 out of 10, mainly because some of the character designs are a little more creepy, but the fact that it comes with basically a kid friendly mode definitely keeps the score up. And what I mean by an invincibility mode, almost like if you imagine like modern Mario games where you get like that item that stops you from taking damage, you know, that's what it does. Now, you can't think Halloween without thinking Black Cat. This side-scroller, A Spooky Cat's Journey by Donut Mutt, sees you as a little cat running around a spooky suburban area. You'll have to jump and wall bounce to your way to victory, as well as collect candy for a treat later. This game is great for cat lovers and those who like a very spooky fall/autumn feel to their game, though some of the wall bouncing can be a wee bit finicky. With a bit of practice, kids will definitely easily get past it, so that's absolutely fine. And of course, it's 10 out of 10, there's no really creepy or anything like that in the list, and it's just a cat platforming game that just so happens to take place at Halloween. The Carnival of Chaos by Shooky Monster is probably the lowest in terms of kid friendly, but only because the imagery and scary clowns. The good news is this is fun and simplistic side-scroller platformer, perfect for those who enjoy that genre. The music is fun and fitting, and the gameplay feels fair if you mess up, and the overall level design is really nice. Personally, while the clowns could be scary, for some, they really don't get in your face, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. The clowns can be scary if you don't like clowns, but honestly, they're far away from the screen and stuff like that, so I really don't think it's going to be that much of an issue, so yeah, 8 out of 10. Tiny Buckets by Cubic Sphere is a fun and simple stealth game that sees you trying to trick or treat and gain a high score while trying to avoid a monster who wants to eat you. The premise and gameplay is simple, but the overall design is so charming it makes it really fun to play. Also sporting a high score board, you can challenge and push yourself to collect as much candy as you can. While the premise of a monster trying to eat you sounds pretty dark, the cuteness of the monster really nullifies that, so it's definitely going to stay at a 10 out of 10 out of the kid-friendly scale. And finally, we have Good Old Halloween Pinball by Popeye98800. And really, what you hear is what you get. It's a fun Halloween-styled pinball machine. The gameplay is fun, the room is cool and easily child-friendly. What's cooler is you can actually play this in VR, so if you want to, that's readily available to check it out. But of course, the murderer trying to kill you while playing pinball definitely makes this a 1 out of 10. No, I'm kidding. There is no murderer. It's just paintball. Paintball? It's just pinball. So yeah, there we have it. I don't know why my voice went so high there. Yeah. There we have it. 10 spooky games for you to try out while playing Dreams this October. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if it was helpful, please leave a comment below and let me know what other genres you'd like to see next. I'm basically going to do a top 10 of a specific genre each week starting Monday. This Monday, I guess. So thanks for watching, and as always, see you in the next one. Bye!